Welcome to Corvette Today, the podcast that talks about everything Corvette, with your host Steve Garrett, MC and DJ at one of the largest Corvette weekends in the country, Corvette Fun Fest, president of the Corvette Club of Kansas City, Missouri, and radio disc jockey at the #1 radio station in Kansas City for over 40 years. Here's Steve Garrett.
Thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, and the only current podcast dedicated to Corvette. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. I appreciate you tuning in. Corvette Today is brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-840-5334. You can listen to Corvette Today on all podcast platforms. You can also listen on your smart device. Just say, "Hey Google" or "Alexa, play the podcast called Corvette Today," and you're connected. Be sure and visit the updated Corvette Today website. It's CorvetteToday.com. You can also access everything there, including the Corvette Today merchandise store. You can also join the Corvette Today Facebook group there and sign up for Corvette Today emails, notifications, and updates at corvettetoday.ck.page. And if you like YouTube, you can subscribe to the Corvette Today YouTube channel. See all Corvette Today episodes on YouTube. And be sure and patronize our flagship sponsors of Corvette Today, Aerolarri Wheels, a true forged wheel with over 20 different unique styles to choose from for your C8 and wide-body versions of the C7, C6, and C5 Corvettes. It's an amazing value, starting at only $23.88 for a set of 4 fully forged wheels. And use the promo code CT111 and get $100 off your purchase. Visit aerolarri.com, that's AEROLARRI.com, and use the promo code CT111 for your $100 discount. Also, Petrol Vibes. Petrol Vibes brings you laser-cut automotive wall art, giving a unique look to any car enthusiast's man cave. Each piece is cut from real steel, powder-coated to last a lifetime, and free shipping worldwide at petrolvibes.com. Use the promo code Corvette Today, all one word, for a 10% discount on your total purchase. Also, midenginecorvetteforum.com, the forum that focuses on the new mid-engine C8 Corvette. Meet a lot of Corvette enthusiasts like yourself at midenginecorvetteforum.com. And a shout out to CanadianCorvetteForum.com, welcoming Corvette owners from around the world. My guest on this week's show appeared on episode number 9 of Corvette Today. That was back in June of 2020, 2.5 years ago. I thought it was high time we get him back on Corvette Today and get an update on what's going on. He's the Chief Driving Instructor and Driving School Director at the Ron Fellows Corvette Performance Driving School at Spring Mountain. I am pleased to welcome back my friend, Rick Malone. Rick, it's great to have you back on Corvette Today.
Awesome. Thanks for having me back, Steve. And show number 9, 2 years. Boy, time sure does fly, doesn't it?
It does, my friend. It sure does. Rick, let's talk about you real quick before we get into the real big nuts and bolts. How long have you been in auto racing and performance driving?
Oh, for roughly, the older I get, it's harder to remember, but roughly about 50 years now. And 65, so about 50 years now I've been involved in it, 50 plus years.
That's amazing. Tell us the story about how you got involved with Spring Mountain.
Well, racing's always been my love. I remember when I got out of high school, my mom says, "You're going to college or you're going to become a pilot?" Because I wanted to be an airline pilot. And then I kind of threw a loop for her and said, Mom, I want to be a race car driver. At a young age, just trying to figure out which direction I'm going to go. I had to have a regular job and I had to have income. So racing on weekends, I got into the liquor, beer, and wine industry for distributors to pay for my racing so I could have weekends off so I can go racing. That's kind of the direction I took as opposed to becoming an airline pilot. I think I mentioned in my last segment, I got pretty ill, pretty sick with Crohn's disease in my mid-20s. That kind of changed my direction of my racing. I knew it was going to be pretty tough to go racing full time when I got this chronic disease hanging over my head.
Right.
But I kept racing anyway, got into my 30s, and I helped somebody do a school. This gentleman, the school owner, Danny McKeever at the time, said, you'd be really good at this teaching stuff. You should consider teaching. And I'm thinking, I'm a driver. I'm not cut out to teach. Well, a couple of years later, my name got thrown in a hat. And lo and behold, same thing was said to me. You should really consider teaching. You'd be good at this. So I took it to heart. I'm in my mid-30s by then, and I'm still racing. And I said, you know what, I'm going to retrain myself. So I spent about 10 years moonlighting, learning the teaching business in the automobile industry, learning everything, logistics, registration, exercises. I just absorbed like a sponge. I took all my vacation time and sick days and started moonlighting. one day after doing this for a while, I'll leave my job at 30 years and pursue teaching. And I did that at the age of 48. I was 29 years in my business. And I said to them, see you later. I'm waving the white flag and I'm going to go do something that I always loved, which is obviously driving performance cars and teaching people how to drive performance cars. I knew Spring Mountain was in my backyard. I told my wife we probably had to move somewhere to some small town where there's a racetrack. And she didn't want any part of that. She didn't want to leave Vegas. So I let Spring Mountain know that, hey, I'm available and I'm going to also go pursue some other schools and see what's out there for me. Well, Spring Mountain, after a couple of months, saw my background and the owner saw my background and offered me a couple of positions here to help them out in the sales department and help them out getting corporate events program going, which I did. And in the interim, they have seeked out Ron Fellows. Ron Fellows was looking to partner up with Spring Mountain, which he did in 2008. When Ron came on board, he said they had to make a change. And the change was we got to get rid of the chief driving instructor that's running it now. And we got to put this guy, Rick, in. And that's how I got put into this position by Mr. Ron Fellows back in 2008.
That's amazing. And in essence, you've had two full careers, one in the distribution business and then in auto racing.
You know, you're absolutely correct. I'm going on 17 years here now, and it's a full second career. It didn't start out to be that way, but the more I got involved, the more I liked it. A lot of really cool stuff to get to do. I'm just having the time of my life right now. I'm 65, and I'm enjoying my retirement career. And like you said, it's a second career.
That's truly amazing. And, buddy, you've got a terrific staff of guys that are instructors there. Talk a little bit about the staff of drivers at Spring Mountain.
Well, yeah, I brag about our staff. I tell folks it's the best of the best you're going to find in the country. And the reason being, not only are they all good drivers, but it's the personality that we're looking for. We want folks who care about people. You have to have some compassion and some empathy. You have to care that people learn. You have to like people. And it's not self-serving. No egos here. They don't fit through the front gates. I'm looking for more of a personality. Customer service is paramount here. We want to make sure when someone gets here, not only they learn about driving and a little bit about themselves and a little bit about the car's ability and their own ability, but we want them to have the best experience they've ever had in their life once they come here. Just come here, forget about life a little while, and just enjoy 2 days. We just don't do that enough in life. And that's what we encourage everybody to do once they get here.
Absolutely right. And classes go year-round at Spring Mountain. You guys are out there in the desert in Pahrump, Nevada. Talk about that, and then how many cars do you usually have in the fleet?
Well, if we had an off season, it would be July, August, like Death Valley, because it's so hot here. That would be our off season. But just a reminder, we do drive with the windows up and the air conditioning's on, and we do stand in the shade. And I'm going to say this, it's a dry heat. It's a lot different than the humidity. You can stand in the shade and cool off. But yes, we do have a fleet of cars. And one of the big misconceptions is that you have to drive your own vehicle. You drive our vehicles. That's what you drive. We have a large fleet. And we have to take in mind, when we do a school of 18 people, it takes 30 cars to do a school of 18 people. And we're capable of running 3 schools of 18 at the same time simultaneously. 3 separate tracks, 3 separate classrooms, 3 separate sets of instructors, 3 separate sets of cars. So right there, you're talking 90 cars right there alone.
That's amazing. I will attest to what you just said because I took my C7 class in late August, the dead of summer, and it was really hot. But you know what? You're right. It is a dry heat. If you're standing in the shade, I wasn't sweating, and I was really amazed with that as well.
Yeah, big difference.
Buddy, you have a world-class course there, and the track is just expanded as well. Talk about how many miles of track that you've got, all the configurations that you can make. Kind of go over everything track-related for us.
Well, we now, with our expansion, we have just under 9.5 miles of racetrack. So we have 4 separate tracks. The configurations, and it's just going to be a guess, it's going to be over 65, 70 different configurations. Way too many to remember them all. The schools, we use the same configurations all the time for the schools. So for the owners program, there's 4 configurations that we use. Owner schools will always be on those 4 configurations. You come back to a level 1 program, we have 2 different tracks that we use. The tracks become larger. You come back to a level 2 program, we use a little bit larger configuration over level 1, and then always the same level 2 track. So when you come back for different courses, you not only advance in levels, but you also advance in track size as well. And then the autocross course gets larger for each course as well.
Very cool. You guys had a rare occurrence there at Spring Mountain, Rick. Talk about that because you guys had a flood on the racetrack.
Yes, we did. You know, a lot of folks just say, why do you build in a flood zone? And we're not technically in a flood zone, but I make a joke and say the whole state of Nevada is a flood zone. You know, when you have mountains and you build in valleys, the water's only going to go one direction, it's downhill. And unfortunately, we had a 500-year flood, 5 inches of rain in 39 minutes, just concentrated over Spring Mountain. The rest of the permit was just fine. Just one of those freak deals.
That's crazy.
It took out all 3 tracks during a school. We had day 1 of a school. Of course, we had to shut down. But we got the track the very next day. 1 day of business we lost. We all got on. We had 11 pieces of equipment. We had blades. We had paddle wheels. We had backhoes. We had Gannon boxes. We had sweepers and water trucks. And we just started cleaning tracks. The goal was to get the tracks cleaned. So the students that were up in the air at that time, 54 students were up in the air flying in, expecting to drive on Tuesday morning. And our goal was to make sure that they were driving. So we pulled that off. We're still doing a lot of repair and cleaning now to this date. But we only disrupted the program, the school programs, for 1 day. And that was quite the feat of all the employees getting together and determined to get this track going.
That's crazy. It's amazing Mother Nature stopped by to say hello to you guys.
That's what they did.
Buddy, let's take our first break, and when we come back, we're going to talk more specifically about the C8 driving courses, where you got the chief driving instructor and driving school director for Spring Mountain, Rick Malone, here on Corvette Today.
We all know that wheels make the car. Wheelcraft will help you take your Corvette to new levels. Wheelcraft offers the world's best PVD chrome finish available on the market. Available in bright chrome and black chrome. Wheelcraft nails it in both appearance and durability. And it comes with a 5-year warranty against brake dust burns, pitting, peeling, and color delamination. Wheelcraft is also ISO certified. Whether you're having your wheels refinished or an exchange transaction, there is no core fee, no deposit, and you don't pay for the finished wheels until they are installed on your car. Wheelcraft insists on complete satisfaction before you pay. Hear from one of our customers.
I picked up a brochure at the National Corvette Museum and we took delivery of our new C8. I called Wheelcraft, and in 15 minutes, I ordered the new bright ice chrome wheels. Wheelcraft's follow-up and follow-through is superb. The wheels arrived on Sunday, installed on Monday, and cores were returned same day. The wheels are the highest quality I've ever seen, and they look awesome. Great prices, great customer service from initial contact to installation.
Thanks, Dennis from Nashville. In many cases, Wheelcraft offers finished wheels on exchange or will apply this new finish to your wheels. Either way, Wheelcraft treats your wheels as their own. Visit our website at wheelcraft.com or call us at 833-840-5334. Arrive in style with Wheelcraft.
The Radiator Grill Store offers protection for your C8's front radiators and side intakes. They also carry front strut tower covers to prevent rusting and pooling water, all with do-it-yourself installation. Get 10% off your total purchase with promo code CT10. See the full line of products at radiatorgrillstore.com.
When you want to buy a Corvette, or any Chevrolet for that matter, get yours from Hendrick Chevrolet Shawnee Mission, located in Kansas City. Hendrick Chevrolet is the largest Corvette dealership and showroom in the Midwest. With a knowledgeable sales staff and Corvette sales specialists on hand, they'll help you build the Corvette of your dreams, and they ship nationwide. With Corvette certified master mechanics on site and a huge parts department with over 24,000 parts and $2 million in inventory, Hendrick Chevrolet is well equipped to take care of your every need. From sales to service to collision repair, Hendrick Chevrolet has you covered. Visit ChevyUSA.com or call 913-384-1550.
VetFinders.com is the Internet's original Corvette classified ads website, with classified ads starting at just $25. And every ad runs until your Corvette is sold. If you're in the market for a Corvette, VetFinders.com has over 500 Corvettes for sale from all around the USA and Canada and covering all 8 generations. Visit VetFinders.com, the Internet's destination for buying and selling Corvettes. That's VETTE Finders.com.
Check out the first Corvette-only auction website at 427stingray.com/Corvette today. You can sign up to bid and comment on more than 40 Corvettes every week. That's 427stingray.com/Corvette today. Join the community.
And now, back to the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today, with your host, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette, brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-840-5334. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. With me today is the Chief Driving Instructor and Driving School Director at the Ron Fellows Corvette Performance Driving School at Spring Mountain, Mr. Rick Malone. In section number 2, we're going to talk more specifically about the Corvette Performance Driving School. Rick, when someone talks to me about Spring Mountain, I always say Spring Mountain is like Top Gun for Corvettes because they teach owners how to drive Corvettes to the edge of the envelope, just like they did in Top Gun. And one of the things that stuck with me at the seminar that you did at Corvettes in Carlisle was your emphasis on performance driving, not race car driving. That's really important for a Corvette owner, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. And the first thing we think of when we hear driving school, we think of racing school. We want to make sure that our clients know that we're not trying to make race car drivers out of them. Yeah, are we on a racetrack? Well, we have to practice somewhere on a closed course, and race courses are pretty much the only closed course you can acquire to do the training on. So you're right. Performance driving. Let's learn the dynamics of the vehicle. We all want to learn how to go fast, but there's several things that we don't want to learn, like stopping fast, which is way more important than going fast, and the dynamics of the vehicle, how to help defy the laws of physics. What tools do we have in the car to assist in helping defy the laws of physics? And I remind folks that a vehicle does nothing on its own, absolutely nothing. It only does what we ask it to do, but more importantly, what we failed to ask it to do. When we failed to ask it to do something, it's because we don't know what to do. So we're going to teach you those tools and how to ask the car properly what you want it to do, because it will do anything you ask it to do. We're in full control. So that was part of my seminars, getting these folks to start thinking about how suspension works, how the dynamics of the vehicle works, how a car turns so much better when we come off the accelerator. And as drivers, especially guy drivers, we won't come off the accelerator. Our answer for everything is more throttle, more accelerator. That has to be the answer. What we teach folks is less is more. And that's the message I was trying to get across in that seminar, is we need to understand the dynamics before we start going fast and before we start experimenting with speed and threshold braking and what have you. So that's what we try to do in our program. Learn the dynamics of the vehicle, learn to stop a car, learn to control a car before we start to go fast. Let me refer back to it's a Top Gun for Corvettes. It's funny you said that, because last year we got the honor to coach the Thunderbird pilots and their staff.
Wow.
Yes. And I grew up with the Thunderbirds here at Nellis Air Force Base, so it was something for me to work with them. They wrote us a nice letter, and that's what they said. It's like Top Gun. And it goes, you guys teach a lot the way we teach, the crawl, walk, run method. And that has stuck in my mind since their chief pilot had brought that up. And that's what we do here. Everybody wants to take off running first. We're going to teach you to crawl. Then we're going to teach you to walk. Then we're going to teach you to walk really fast. And then we're going to teach you to run in those orders. And it is like Top Gun for Corvettes. Learn about your own capabilities. Learn about the car's capabilities. So when you leave here, you have a better knowledge of yourself, the vehicle like we just talked about. And if you choose to do some autocross or some tracking, you have some sense how to do it correctly, but most important, safely once you hit the track. And that's what it's all designed for.
That's really cool, Rick. And boy, what a tribute to you guys and the staff that you've got, having the Thunderbirds there, teaching them and having them basically tell you, you guys do the same thing that they do. That's phenomenal.
And that was amazing. I got goosebumps right now just saying it. It's exactly what they said. And we're like, wow, that's quite the compliment.
That's quite the compliment indeed. Buddy, when you buy a C8 Corvette, Chevrolet pays for 60% of your introductory class. Kind of go through what a new C8 owner has to look forward to and the time frame with which they need to sign up for classes when they come out to Spring Mountain for the first time.
Yeah, and it's about 66%, is 2/3 of the tuition that GM will pick up. So it costs a Corvette owner, first-time owner, has to be the first owner, brand new car, it costs the consumer $1,000 to attend Spring Mountain. And then they have 1 year of the delivery date to take advantage of that offer. And you don't have to wait. If you buy a new car, please don't wait till you get a notice. All you have to do is call up the sales staff at the Ron Fellows Performance Driving School, and with your VIN number, they can start the process right there. And that's what we suggest. You will get notification in the mail, but you don't have to wait for that. Just go ahead and call us with your VIN number. And then it's a 2-day program. One night is included in one of the condos. That's part of the program. You can purchase a second night if you wish. Breakfast and lunch are included. Dinner is on your own. And throughout those 2 days, we're going to not only teach you about car control and vehicle dynamics like we spoke earlier, we're going to go over all the electronics in your car. There's several classroom sessions dedicated just to go over all the electronics, how to use the different modes, how to use Z mode, how to use track mode, sport mode, touring mode, my mode, weather mode. We're going to teach you a little bit of tech talk, basic stuff, jacking points. How do I change my cabin air filter, my engine air filter? How do I check my oil in a convertible? convertible, some basic stuff like that. And again, by the time we're done, you not only will enjoy driving your Corvette, you'll also drive it with confidence, and you won't be so nervous driving it, knowing that we've given you the tools to keep that car in complete control at all times. And especially in emergency situations, if you have to have emergency braking or a car pulls out in front of you, you're not going to be afraid to use the brakes. And most folks are afraid to use the brakes because they haven't been in an emergency situation where they had to use it aggressively. So when you leave here, we want to make sure that you're not afraid to use those brakes if there's an emergency situation that occurs in front of you or something.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Buddy, let's talk about the class curriculum, because I'll tell you what, it freaks people out when I tell them that they cover up the front windshield of your Corvette and you learn to drive the car looking to the sides of the car.
Yes, visual scanning will solve 95% of all driver's issues, street or track. Why? We just stare out that windshield and we just look over that hood and we have no clue what's going on around us. We teach you to look around the A-pillars. Those are the pillars that go next to the windshield. They're the size of my arm in the 60s, and they'll hide a semi-truck today. Move around the rearview mirror that's inside the car. Move around those mirrors on the outside. All these things are blind spots. Use your side mirrors because you need to look where you want the car to go, not the direction the car's going. So that's why we use the side windows a lot to get the information to our processor. As soon as your information gets to your processor, your brain will send those messages right to your extremities and you'll react. But your extremities won't know what to do if they don't have the information, and we do that by scanning. So we cover that windshield with the sunshade and force you to use your side windows. There's plenty of information out there to get. And again, it's designed to get us to start turning our heads, start rotating our heads, and be aware of what's going on around us in the car 360 degrees, not just out that windshield.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Rick, also talk about the different levels of the Corvette Performance Driving School that a Corvette owner can attend there at Spring Mountain, because there's more than just the 2-day introductory class. Talk about that and the pricing as well.
For the 2-day introductory class for a cash pay is $36.95. And again, we're going to talk a lot about the Corvette, a lot of basic skill sets, and talk a lot about the car. But let's say you don't own a Corvette. You don't want to learn about the car. You're just a driver. You just want to come and do a driving school. That would be our level 1 program. That's $40.95 for 2 days as well. Again, we're going to go over car control, pretty much the same stuff. We're going to go over the owner's program with car control and vehicle dynamics, with the exception of the C8. We're not going to cover the electronics and the tech talk and what have you. But let's say somebody did the owner's program, and the first time they did something and you just did marginally okay on the track and you want to return, you probably want to still come back to level 1, even though some of the basic exercises are going to be similar on day 1. On day 2, you're going to go to open lapping where you're out there on your own, and we don't offer that in the owner's program. So if you did okay on the owner's program and you want to take that next step, we encourage you to do level 1. Now, after level 1, there's a level 2 program. We call that advanced lapping for people who've already been tracking, they already hold a racing license, or they've been to our owner's program, they've been to level 1, now they're making the next step will be to level 2. But then again, let's say you came to the owner's program, first time ever. You liked it. You didn't do too bad. Then you start autocrossing your car at your local region. Maybe you started doing some track days and you're keeping your skill set sharp. And it's even possible to advance to level 2 since you've got some track experience. So we kind of take it on an individual basis, and we do keep notes. So it kind of depends on what's going on with your life. You may do owner's program, level 1, level 2, go right up the chain, or somebody could advance from the owner's program right to level 2. It just kind of depends, if that makes any sense.
That makes sense for sure. But you do have to complete the introductory course before you sign up for other courses, right?
Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Whether it's level 1 or owner's course, one of the 2 introductory courses, you need to. And then if you're not sure, we just chat on the phone and find out what's going on in your life and where you've been, and we'll try to help you make that decision. We won't leave you hanging dry. It's not really cut and dry. There's a lot of variables that go into play. So it's really tough to put it in writing and say it has to be done this way, if that makes any sense.
Absolutely, yeah. Rick, talk about the driving experience with a C8 Corvette versus other Corvettes like a C7, C7 ZR1, or a C7 Z06, because the difference is truly amazing with this mid-engine car.
It is. And you have to start all the way from the C1, from the very, very first car in 1953 with the 6-cylinder and 2-speed automatic, 3 carburetors. You know, every time they come out with a new generation, just when you think they made the car that the best they could make, the engineers figure it out. Now let's jump to the C4. That was the first major change. The car was a big difference over C3. Then the later C4s, they got better. Then C5s came out. I think, wow, they just made this car even better yet. Then the C6 came out, a little heavier, still a little better car. Then you're thinking like, well, now with the EPA ratings coming up and the smog emissions and all that, is a V8 even going to be around for C7? Well, look what they did. They came up again. They came up with cylinder deactivation, mag ride suspension, and that C7 over C6, what leaps and bounds better. I mean, just leaps and bounds. And then just when you thought they couldn't make that C7 any better, with each model, the Z06 and the Grand Sport and the ZR1, they keep making each one of those models even better yet. The ZR1, the outgoing C7, man, that car is just so amazing, 755 horsepower and easy to drive. Then you're like, they're going to have to top it with the C8 because this C7 is pretty darn good. Well, the C7 was a home run. The C8 is a grand slam. As a total grand slam. The car is easier to drive. You feel connected. It's easy to see out that front windshield. The visibility is just over the top. The car pivots just right underneath your butt. They went to 4 coil springs on each corner as opposed to inverted monoliths. So now the ride comfort on the highway is almost as comfortable as a Cadillac.
Wow.
I'm almost speechless. They just made the car amazing. Then you're like, well, how can they make this car any better? Well, Ron Fellows and I got the opportunity to drive the Z06 2 weeks ago at Laguna Seca, and both of us came out of the car lost for words. Ron Fellows' words were, it's a true race car. The C8 was a home run. The Z06 is a grand slam. They just did it again. The engineers at GM are pretty darn smart, and they aren't taking second place to anybody. They get it figured out, and they produce a vehicle that's world class. And Christian Koenigsegg just said 2 weeks ago, I don't know if you saw that on the internet, Christian Koenigsegg said his words were, GM built a mind-blowing car. And those are pretty strong words coming from Christian Koenigsegg.
And it was just announced that you guys are going to be starting your Z06 driver school coming up next year, correct?
We are, and we're excited about it. It's going to start in April. We don't have all the details yet. We do still know it's going to fall just like the Stingrays, $1,000 for the consumer. GM pays 2/3 of it. And if you're a Z06 owner, you get to drive a Z06. We'll have more details later with the curriculum and all and what have you. It's all being worked on right now. And we should have that released here within 30 or 60 days.
That sounds great. That's outstanding. Well, buddy, let's take our final break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the entire Spring Mountain experience here on Corvette Today.
Are you ready for a better insurance policy without the Corvette tax? With Agreed Value Protection, the value of your collector vehicle will never change. Plus, you'll save money. Get a quick quote at ncminsurance.com.
Yogi Berra once said, if you don't know where you're going, you'll probably end up there. At True Wealth & Company, we take that to heart. See, at True Wealth & Company, we believe your retirement lifestyle travels through 2 doors. Door number 1, the blue door, gives you more options, financial freedom. Your money outlives you. Every happiness you wish for in life is through the blue door. Door number 2, the red door, is where you outlive your money. You rely on family, friends, or even the state to take care of you. At True Wealth & Company, we're not just financial planners. The best way to walk through the blue door is to have a written plan. Make a work-optional lifestyle a reality with our proprietary True Life Map formula. Look towards your future with anticipation, not apprehension. Having a rock-solid fiduciary partner like True Wealth & Company is essential to effective financial planning. There's no winging it. There's nothing left to chance. Look, we don't want you to become another Yogi Berra-ism. Give us a call today at 913-653-TRUE. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Start your financial independence and work-optional lifestyle today.
913-653-8783. Visit us online at retirewithtrue.com. Investment advice offered through True Wealth & Company, LLC, a registered investment advisor in the state of Kansas.
American Hydrocarbon is your one-stop shop for custom interior, exterior, and engine bay items for your C4 through C8 Corvette. We can help you create a custom look for your Corvette with carbon fiber or 10 different color patterns and styles. Whether it's a custom-made engine cover for your new C8 mid-engine Corvette or custom-made C4 interior upgrades, American Hydrocarbon can help you transform your Corvette into a best-in-class show car. And now we're proud to announce that we can produce and distribute officially licensed GM products for the C8 Corvette. That includes the front splitter, side skirts, engine appearance panels, and engine fluid caps. Plus, we now also carry the C8 Speedline side skirts along with the engine appearance package and high wing. Our products have been featured in Vet and Corvette magazines. Give us a call, 813-476-5638. Visit our updated website at AmericanHydrocarbon.com or email us at pat@AmericanHydrocarbon.com. Let us help you make your Corvette the car you've always wanted it to be. American Hydrocarbon.
Mid-America Motorworks has been the industry leader and aftermarket supplier and manufacturer of Corvette replacement parts and accessories since 1974. We have what you need for all years and generations of Corvette. Whether you need a door panel or seat cover for your C1 Corvette, or the latest shirt, jacket, hat, or lifestyle accessory to complement your new C8, you can get it at Mid-America Motorworks. So if you're restoring, repairing, replacing, or simply researching your Corvette, Mid-America Motorworks is the place to go. Visit our website at mamotorworks.com and shop Corvettes by generation or specific year. Or call us Monday through Saturday toll-free at 800-500-1500 and talk to one of our Corvette experts to help you get the right part or accessory. Pursue your passion with Mid-America Motorworks.
And now back to the only current podcast on Corvettes, Corvette Today, with your host, Steve Garrett.
Hey, thanks for listening and watching Corvette Today, the show that talks about everything Corvette. Brought to you by Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com and learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com or call them at 833-840-5334. I'm your host, Steve Garrett. We have Rick Malone with us. Rick is the Chief Driving Instructor and Driving School Director at the Ron Fellows Corvette Performance Driving School in Spring Mountain. In this third and final segment, we're going to talk about the whole Spring Mountain experience because it's an amazing experience. Rick, first of all, Spring Mountain is not just for Corvettes. You have other GM brands as well for classes. Talk about some of those other classes like Cadillac.
Yeah, we have the Cadillac V Performance Academy. It's also an owner's program. It works just like the Corvette program, where if you purchase a Cadillac CT5V or CT4V Blackwing, Cadillac pays for 100% of the program. And it comes with a one-night stay here in our condos. And you get to drive the CT5V Blackwing if you purchase a CT5 or the CT4V Blackwing. So it's only for the Blackwing series only. And they come in 10-speed automatics or the last 6-speed manual that you can buy new from GM.
That's really good to hear that GM is still producing a manual transmission.
Yes, absolutely. And that's going to be the last one from what they're saying anyway. The CT5 Blackwing, 668 horsepower. And the curriculum is pretty much the same as the Corvette program. It's all based on performance, car control, braking, all that stuff.
Very cool. Now, most people don't realize this, Rick, but Spring Mountain is a world-class facility. The accommodations are amazing. Talk a little bit about the country club atmosphere there at Spring Mountain and the luxury apartments that Corvette owners get to stay in while they're there for the driving course.
Yeah, while they're here for the driving course, they get to stay right on property. We've only got 40 units available currently till the hotel gets built. So some folks may have to stay off-site. We give them an option just right down the street at the Holiday Inn. And even if you do, you still get breakfast and lunch. It's still taken care of by Spring Mountain. So again, you can stay right in our condos right on site. We encourage you to get here the day before so you can relax and get a good night's rest. And then again, have breakfast right here in our clubhouse. The wives can take part. We got a swimming pool. We have a jacuzzi. They can book a massage. We do have some more amenities coming, some updated amenities coming up that will be announced here in the future. But yeah, you get to stay 2 days here at Spring Mountain, and we try to cover everything.
That's really cool. And if the spouses want to join in on the classes, they can sit in on the classes. Isn't that correct?
Yeah, they can. And we really encourage the spouses that they drive the car. On day 2, we go over the electronics of the vehicles, how all the electronic aids work. So we at least encourage them on day 2 between 8 and 9 o'clock to sit in that class. And they can sit in as many classes as they like. And they can also ride shotgun with select times that we have where they can ride with an instructor right on the track so they can experience what their spouses are experiencing. And we use the same car that the spouse is using. So that way their session gets recorded on the PDR, the Performance Data Recorder, as well.
Very cool. Now, you can also purchase a Spring Mountain membership or buy land right around the track. Touch briefly on that, too, because some people might want to do that over there at Spring Mountain.
Yeah, so it works just like a golf country club where initiation fee gets you through the gates. And our current initiation fee is $75,000, which is fully transferable. And that gets you through the gates. And then once you're through the gates, you have other options like you can rent garage space. You can do long-term rentals on condos. There are homes that you can purchase and home sites on the property that you can purchase and build your own home on. And while you're a member, you can get up to 16 or more track days per month. We guarantee at least 16 or more.
Wow, that's amazing. Buddy, if someone wants to sign up for classes at Spring Mountain, give the website and the phone number where people can reach you.
The phone number is area code 775-727-6363. And that's our main number. And you just listen to a directory for directions. Or you can reach us online at racespringmountain.com. And that'll also get you to our website as well.
Perfect. Rick, thank you so much for taking the time to be back on Corvette Today. We've got to get you on again sooner than 2.5 years, buddy.
Yeah, I can't believe it's been that long. It's been a real pleasure talking with you, and great to see you at Carlisle as well. But I can't believe that 2.5 years has gone by already. So you're right. We need to do it sooner.
Absolutely, buddy. Thanks for being on Corvette Today.
Thank you very much, Steve.
Thanks for listening to Corvette Today, and please be sure to tell your family, friends, and other Corvette enthusiasts about the Corvette Today podcast. And thanks to our sponsors, Wheelcraft. Want to dress up your Corvette with bright chrome or black chrome wheels? Visit wheelcraft.com to learn about their advanced PVD chrome finishing. They can refinish your wheels or offer a wheel exchange for most models, and it comes with a 5-year warranty. Visit wheelcraft.com today or call 833-840-5334. American Hydrocarbon at AmericanHydrocarbon.com. True Wealth and Company at retirewithtrue.com. Also, Aerolarri Wheels. Get $100 off your purchase with the new promo code CT111 at aerolarri.com. Mid-America Motorworks at mamotorworks.com. And Hendrick Chevrolet in Kansas City at chevyusa.com.
You've been listening to Corvette Today with Steve Garrett. If you'd like to contact Steve with any thoughts on the podcast or ideas for guests on Corvette Today, you can email him at stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. That's stevegarrettdj@gmail.com. Garrett has 2 R's and 2 T's. Or connect with Steve on social media on Facebook, Twitter, or Instagram using @SteveGarrettDJ. Thanks again for listening to Corvette Today.